My beloved child, yesterday, I sent you a sign, a holy whisper tucked inside the ordinary moments of your day, a divine message gently placed before your eyes. But you missed it. It was not just a random event or a coincidence you could brush aside. It was sacred. It was intentional. It came straight from my heart to yours, carrying a meaning far deeper than what your natural senses could grasp. This sign wasn't small. It was a signal, clear and personal, alerting you that something significant is already unfolding in your life, something unseen yet undeniable. But you were too unaware to catch it, not because you're careless or blind, but because your heart has been pulled in many directions. Your emotions are weighed down, and your mind is tangled in so many voices, so many distractions, that you didn't hear my soft voice calling. Do you know why I sent it to you? Because I trust you. Because I see within you a quiet courage, a willingness to face hard truths with humility and strength. You may not feel it, but I know it's there. I chose you for this message. You were the one meant to receive it. Not because you're perfect, but because your soul is ready. Ready to see, ready to awaken. You being here right now, reading these words, is no accident. This moment is orchestrated. The very fact that you've been drawn into this message is proof that I am speaking directly to your heart. These words are not meant for someone else. They are meant for you. I brought you here because you are ready to face something you've sensed, but perhaps feared to confront. The truth I am about to reveal is not born of misunderstanding or mistaken judgment. No, my child. It is a truth that may shake what you've believed, challenge the loyalty you've given, and cause you to look again at the very foundation of some relationships you've poured your soul into. There is someone near you, someone you have deeply trusted, who has been hiding something. I do not tell you this to hurt you, but to prepare you. I see what you cannot see. I know what happens in your absence. I know the thoughts they never speak, the secrets they keep hidden deep within. I hear the whispers behind closed doors. I witness the shadows where truth has not yet been invited. And yes, my child, I know it may pierce your heart. You may feel betrayed. But this revelation is not to destroy you. It is to awaken you. It is to open your eyes so you can walk forward in truth, not illusion. For how can you build something lasting if it rests on what is hidden? I know the ache in your chest. I see the tears you hold back. When someone we love, someone we fully trust, hides something from us, the pain is not only in the lie, it's in the fracture of trust itself. But this moment, painful as it may be, is also sacred. It is your invitation to see with eyes of clarity, not clouded by emotion or fear. You've already felt it, haven't you? That subtle stirring deep in your spirit. That unshakable feeling that something isn't as it seems. You tried to dismiss it as worry, as overthinking. But it wasn't that. It was me. And if you'll lean in a little closer, I'll show you more. You felt that quiet stirring, that gentle unease inside. Remember? That was me trying to get your attention. And even now, I'm still here, still speaking. You tried to explain it away. You told yourself it was nothing more than overthinking, just anxiety playing tricks on your mind. But my child, what you felt was no accident. That quiet tug within your spirit, that was my voice. A holy nudge, a divine whisper echoing through the chambers of your soul, gently calling you to wake up, not to frighten you, but to help you see what your natural eyes may have missed. I have been there all along, softly speaking to your heart, nudging you to tune in, to listen beyond the noise, to lean into the voice within, the voice I planted deep inside you. The truth, I know, is not always easy to hear, but the truth, no matter how uncomfortable, is what sets you free, what opens your path and brings light into the places where shadows have lingered. The one you love, the one closest to your heart, is burdened. They carry something hidden, something they've held back not out of malice, but out of fear. It's not some harmless little secret that can be brushed aside. It's a weight on their soul, a burden so personal they don't know how to reveal it without risking everything you've built together. And yes, this is about you, but it's also about them, about the choices they've made and the consequences they quietly carry. They know how much you've given. They understand the depth of trust you've placed in them. And yet, they're afraid that unveiling the truth will break the foundation you've built. They fear your love will shift, your gaze will change, and that the sacred connection you once shared may begin to unravel. My dear child, I know these words are not easy to receive. I know your heart is trembling, and your world may feel like it's starting to shake beneath your feet. But I didn't bring you here to wound you. I brought you here to prepare you, because only when you stand face to face with truth can you choose what is right for your life. I am with you in this moment, holding you up, reminding you that you are not powerless. You have more strength than you realize. You are not alone. You are never alone. You may feel betrayed, but even betrayal can become a doorway into growth. This person may be wrestling with regrets and shame, but that does not erase your value, nor does it diminish the love they may still carry for you. Their fear is not just about being exposed, it's about losing you. They know how rare your heart is. They fear that in revealing their truth, they may lose the very thing they treasure most, you. So I ask you, beloved, what will your heart choose? Will you walk the path of compassion? Will you ask yourself, can I forgive? Can I extend grace to someone in their moment of weakness? Or has this season come to a close? And is it time for you to release what no longer serves your soul? There is no simple answer, no black or white response. Only you and I know the quiet needs of your heart. But if you listen closely, with both courage and care, you'll find the path that leads to peace. And I will walk it with you. And now, as your heart opens a little wider, there's something more I want you to see. So if your heart is standing at a crossroads right now, know this: you're not alone in your questions. You're not alone in the weight of what may come. I am here to remind you, once again, that true love is never about perfection. It is about forgiveness, healing, and grace. True love makes space for imperfection, not to excuse what is wrong, but to offer the hope of redemption. But hear me clearly, beloved. Forgiveness does not mean you must keep accepting what continues to hurt you. To forgive is to set yourself free from the heavy chain of resentment. But it does not require you to remain in a relationship that no longer nourishes your soul or supports your growth. Forgiveness is not weakness. It is wisdom wrapped in peace. They may fear that their truth will change your love. They may tremble at the thought that if you knew everything, your heart would pull away. But remember, my child, the power to decide does not belong to them. It belongs to you. You hold the key to how you will respond. You have every right to preserve your tenderness and wisdom. You are not defined by someone else's broken choices. You are not the product of their silence or their secrets. You are still you, beloved, whole, courageous. And so I tell you this: The truth is coming. Sooner than you expect, what has been hidden will come into the light. You don't need to chase it down. You don't need to exhaust yourself digging through doubt or straining your heart with suspicion. No, the truth will arrive like a stream that bursts through the cracks, like dawn light breaking through the thickest night. It might be a careless word spoken in passing, or a sudden moment you didn't see coming. So keep your spirit alert. Keep your eyes open, not with fear, not with suspicion, but with readiness, with trust that I will reveal everything you need to know in the right time. But my dear one, do not let your heart be weighed down in dread. When truth surfaces, when things long buried come into view, you may feel your heart quake. You may feel pain, disappointment, even grief. But I do not reveal to shame. I reveal to set free. I never expose secrets to break you. I uncover them so healing can finally begin. The light doesn't come to destroy. It comes to rebuild. Because what is hidden cannot stay hidden forever. That is not just a saying. It is the divine rhythm of the universe. What is whispered behind closed doors will one day be spoken aloud in clarity, not to wound, but to release. My truth is a foundation, stronger than betrayal, firmer than confusion. It may be hard to stand on at first, but once you do, it will not let you fall. No lie, no matter how clever, can survive the presence of love and sincerity. And so I say to you, when the moment comes, when clarity dawns and the truth is no longer silent, run to me. I will be right there. When the ground under your feet feels unstable, I will be your shelter. When the storm of revelation rises, I will be the rock that does not move. I am your refuge, your stronghold, your unshakable presence in the middle of whatever may come. And even if the truth shakes your faith, I will still be the same, constant, steady, unchanging, and I will continue to hold you as I lead you into something deeper still. And when that moment comes, when the truth stands in full light before your eyes, remember, my child, you do not have to be afraid. Truth may pierce like a thorn at first, but it carries within it a freedom that nothing else in this world can offer. A freedom that breathes through your soul and breaks every chain you didn't even know you were carrying. Yes, it may sting. Yes, your heart may feel like it cannot bear the weight of it. But I know you. I know the strength I placed in you. You are stronger than you believe, more resilient than you feel, and more capable than you can currently comprehend. Every trial, every heartbreak, every moment of trembling, these are not meant to destroy you. They are the fire through which I refine you, molding you into a stronger, deeper, wiser version of who you were created to become. You may have to sit with hard questions. Can I forgive? Can I still trust after this? Can I find peace when everything feels broken? These questions may echo loud within you, but I assure you, beloved, the answers are not out of reach. They are within you. They are waiting in the quiet. When you still your soul, when you turn down the noise of anger, fear, and confusion, and seek me, there in that sacred silence, you will find your way. Let my love, my steady and unwavering light, guide you. Do not let deception or hurt twist you into someone you were never meant to become. You were born to love. You were born to forgive. You were created to walk in truth with a heart full of grace. Don't let the shadows of pain dim the radiant light I placed within you. You are brave, and you are strong. You have already overcome more than you know, and you will rise again. But, my dear child, when that veil is finally pulled back, and what was hidden now lies bare before you, you must prepare your heart to stay steady. That is the moment when your soul will be most fragile. That is when the enemy would seek to push you into haste, into rage, into reaction. But do not let the storm sweep you away. Anger will come, yes. It will rise with fierce energy. But do not let it rule you. Do not let it blind you or drive your response. Quick reactions rarely bring healing. More often, they deepen the wound. And bitterness, if you let it take root, will slowly poison your peace, quietly shifting your lens until you no longer see life, others, or even yourself with clarity. Instead, when your heart feels heavy, when your thoughts are clouded, and your chest is tight with emotion, come to me. Before you speak, before you act, before you allow pain to take the lead, come. Let me be your first refuge, your first place of rest. Let me sit with you in the tension. I will steady your thoughts. I will quiet your soul. I will guide your response, so that what flows from you is not driven by pain, but shaped by wisdom, compassion, and truth. The wisdom I give does not come from human reasoning. It is not limited by fleeting emotion or clouded by bias. No, my wisdom is deep. It flows from the wellspring of divine love, holy forgiveness, and enduring kindness. And when you open your heart to me, truly open it, you will find a strength rising in you that was always there, waiting to be awakened. A strength that can face any truth, not with resentment, but with peace, stillness, and grace. And now, as your heart softens and your soul leans in, let me take you deeper still. You see, when the truth finally rises and stands unveiled before your eyes, the enemy will not stay silent. No, it will not miss its chance. It will come swiftly, like a thief in the night, trying to twist your pain into poison. It will try to stir up division, to whisper lies into your heart, to deepen the wound by sowing suspicion, resentment, and doubt. The enemy's goal is simple: to break apart what I have lovingly built in you, to tear down the strength, the faith, the light that I've been nurturing in your soul. But, my beloved child, I am warning you now so that you will not be caught unaware. Stand firm. Stand in me. Hold tightly to the peace I have placed within you. Protect it like a flame in the wind. Do not let the schemes of darkness gain ground in your spirit. Remember this: if you trust in me, if you choose to rest in my wisdom rather than leaning on your own understanding, I will make your path straight. Even in the middle of emotional fog, even when the pain feels like a thick maze around your heart, I will illuminate each step. I will be your clarity. I will guide you not with harsh demands, but with the gentle light of truth and the warm hand of mercy. I will not ask you to walk alone. I will not abandon you in your grief. Instead, I will give you strength. Not the kind the world teaches, but the grace-filled strength to walk through this valley with wisdom, with dignity, and with unwavering faith. You do not have to carry all of this pain by yourself. That was never my intention. My grace is sufficient for you, more than enough. Especially in your weakest moments, I will be your strength. You will not crumble. I will hold you up. And when you choose to forgive, when you choose love over the pull of bitterness, you are not just releasing another person. You are releasing yourself. You are healing not just what was broken between you and them, but what was silently breaking within you. Let my love soak into every response, every decision you make from this place. Don't let old wounds control your present. Yes, you may feel hurt, but you are not a victim of that pain. You have power, the power to choose your response, the power to walk with me. And I promise you, I will guide you in every step, every breath, every word. And when forgiveness feels impossible, when anger feels more honest than mercy, remember this: I have forgiven you more times than you could ever count. I didn't wait for you to be perfect. I didn't love you because you had it all together. I loved you because you are mine, because you are my child. In the same way, true love is never based on the perfection of others, but on your ability to see their humanity, even through their flaws. Forgiveness isn't weakness. It is the fiercest strength of all. It's not forgetting. It's not excusing. Forgiveness is choosing freedom over bondage. It is breaking the chains of bitterness so that you can finally breathe again, so you can live and live with peace. I know this is not easy. I see the weight it puts on your soul, and I do not expect you to overcome it all in one moment. But if you will keep walking with me, I will continue to lead you through. I don't ask you to have all the answers. I don't demand that you be fearless or flawless. I only ask that you trust me. Just trust. Trust that I am always by your side. Trust that even when the pain feels unbearable, you never have to walk through it alone. Whenever your heart is weary, whenever the tears come uninvited, come to me. I will lift you up. I will gently wipe those tears from your face, and I will remind you that peace, real peace, is not something far off or unreachable. It is right here, within your reach, if only you will open your heart to me. You don't need to understand why everything is happening. Not every season in life comes with a neat explanation. Sometimes, the hardest moments arrive without warning or reason. But even when the pieces don't make sense yet, trust that I am using it all. Every tear, every silence, every unanswered question. I am using them to shape you, to strengthen you, to grow you into someone deeper, wiser, more complete. Let me turn your wounds into wisdom. Let me take what was meant to break you and turn it into a testimony that brings healing, not just to you, but to others through you. You don't truly know how strong you are until strength is your only choice, until you rise, not just in survival, but in grace and compassion. And my dear child, as you walk this journey, I need you to protect your heart. Do not pour your love into relationships that are not worthy of it. Do not give away your trust to those who cannot honor it. Love is sacred. Love is holy. It is not something casual or common. It is a divine gift, and it deserves to be received with reverence and returned with sincerity. You deserve a love that is real, anchored in honesty, rooted in trust. Your heart is a treasure, and not everyone is meant to hold it. Yes, your heart is open, generous, sincere, but I want you to grow in discernment. Not every person who enters your life is meant to stay. Some are sent to teach, some are sent to reveal something, and only a few are truly meant to walk with you for the long road. To know the difference, you must listen, not only with your emotions, but with the wisdom I have placed deep in your soul. Ask the difficult questions. Is this person walking in the light? Do their values reflect what you hold sacred? Do they honor the bond between you? Or do they take from your kindness without giving in return? Do they stand in truth? Or do they hide behind convenience and illusion? I don't ask these questions to make you bitter. I don't call you to judge or condemn. I ask so you can see, so your path becomes clear, so you don't remain tangled in connections that cloud your light or detour your calling. Because I am not a God of chaos. I am not the author of confusion. I am the God of clarity, of order, of truth. I do not let my children wander aimlessly in the fog of unclear love or masked intentions. I light the way. I bring truth to the surface. And now, if you are willing, I will help you see what has been there all along. My beloved, it is time you truly understand. Love is not just about how much you can give. Love, real, sacred love, is also about what you receive in return. A relationship that honors me is one where two hearts meet in mutual exchange, where both are willing to listen, to appreciate, to uplift and support each other through joy and through struggle. If you find yourself endlessly pouring out your heart, your time, your energy, while the other only takes, without thanks, without reflection, then that, my child, is not the love I desire for you. True love does not leave you feeling drained. It does not make you question your worth. It does not make you feel small. So I ask you now, gently but honestly, look at how that person treats you. When your heart is heavy, do they listen? Do they really hear you when you need to speak? Do they honor your boundaries? Or do they push past them as if your feelings are optional? Are they there when the road gets hard? Or do they only show up when everything is easy, when it costs them nothing? These are not questions meant to condemn, but to reveal, to help you see with clarity, not just who they are, but who you are and what you deserve. These questions will not only help you discern others more clearly, they will help you understand yourself. They will remind you of the values I have written on your heart, the ones you are called to protect, the ones you must never abandon in the name of keeping peace that isn't truly peace. I know what you fear. I know that the idea of letting go feels like loss. I see how deeply you've invested yourself, your trust, your hopes, your love into that relationship. I understand the ache that even thinking of release can bring. But, my child, letting go is not failure. It is not weakness. In many moments, letting go is the bravest step you can take. It is not rejection. It is redirection. It is the sacred act of making space. Space for the right people to enter. Space for your heart to breathe again. Space for the kind of love that uplifts rather than diminishes. I did not create you to shrink yourself for someone else's comfort. I did not call you to dim your light so others wouldn't feel small next to your radiance. You were created with a light that is meant to shine. A heart full of love, full of tenderness, full of power. And those who are worthy of you, those sent by me, will never ask you to trade your light for their approval. You don't need to fight for love. You don't need to earn worth that was already given to you by my hand. And if your soul is unsure right now, if confusion still clouds your way, then come to me. When the noise gets loud, I am your clarity. When the questions rise, I am your stillness. I will illuminate your heart and help you see what is true and what is only pretending. I will show you which relationships bring peace and which ones leave you hollow, no matter how familiar they may feel. My precious child, prepare your heart. What lies ahead will not be easy. These trials will shake you. They will reach into the places you thought were certain. But do not be afraid. Do not let fear silence your faith. I am here, in every breath, in every step. When you feel weak, I will be your strength. And as we continue forward, there is still more I long to show you. I know there have been moments, long, quiet moments, when your heart has cried out, Lord, why don't you just speak clearly to me? In your hardest nights, when confusion swirled and your soul longed for answers. You looked up and asked, "Why are your signs so vague? Why can't your messages be more direct, more obvious, more loud?" You wondered why my voice often comes wrapped in fleeting emotions, in quiet whispers that rise and fade within your spirit. You longed for clarity, but felt only subtle hints. You were searching for thunder, yet received stillness. But listen to me now, my child. Hear my heart behind the silence. My ways are not like yours. My thoughts rise far above what your mind can reach. I do not move as people move, nor do I reveal as the world expects. If everything I did was easily understood, if every answer appeared instantly, how would you ever learn to wait with patience? How would your faith grow roots if nothing ever tested it? You see, the signs I send are not meant to confuse you. They are invitations. Invitations to slow down, to tune your heart beyond the noise, and to listen not just with your ears, but with your spirit. The reason I sometimes hide my messages in subtle moments is because I want to draw you closer. I want you to lean in. I want you to walk not by sight alone, but by trust. Because, beloved, it is in the uncertainty that your faith is forged. It is in the questions that your trust becomes real. The strength you seek is not found in full explanations. It is found in the quiet choosing to believe, even when you don't yet understand. If I always spoke plainly, if everything you needed appeared before you without effort, how would you ever truly depend on me? How could your spirit mature without ever being stretched? It is precisely when you feel the most lost, when you must seek me with intention, that you are actually taking the deepest, most sacred steps in your walk of faith. So trust me. Even when nothing makes sense, trust that I see the whole picture. Every moment, every sign, every silence, it all fits into the perfect pattern I designed for your life. The understanding you don't have today will bloom tomorrow. And one day, when you look back, you'll see it all, the trials, the delays, the gentle nudges. Each one was part of my purpose, perfectly timed and divinely placed. And know this, I have never left you, not for a moment. Even when you couldn't hear me, even when I seemed silent, that silence was never absence. It was sacred space, a holy pause, so you could hear the voice I placed inside you from the very beginning. And if you'll quiet yourself even now, you'll notice I'm still right here, drawing you deeper still. My beloved child, I want you to understand something deeper, something sacred. Strength and guidance are not things that only come from beyond you. They are also already within you. I placed them there. From the very beginning, before the earth had shape or form, before the skies were stretched and the oceans found their borders, I have always spoken to my people. I have always desired to walk closely with those I created, without barriers, without veils. In those earliest days, my presence moved freely among humanity. I walked with them, talked with them, not as a distant deity, but as a close friend, a loving father. There was no distance, no silence, no wall between us. But then sin entered the world, and with it came separation. A great veil was drawn, not by my choice, but by the turning of human hearts. Slowly, they began to drift. The light they once received so openly was pushed aside. The hearts that once responded to me with eagerness and awe grew hard, and the ears that once heard my voice with clarity became dull and distracted. It was not that I stopped speaking. It was that their hearts no longer paused long enough to listen. The noise of the world grew louder, and my whispers were drowned beneath their fears, their desires, their pride. But even then, yes, even then, I never gave up. I never withdrew my love. My voice was never silenced. I kept seeking. I kept reaching. I kept finding ways to call my children home. Through every age, I sent my words through the prophets. Men and women, I chose to carry my message. Not to judge or condemn, but to call the lost back into my arms. Their voices were my voice, echoing across generations to remind people that I was still near. And when words spoken were not enough, I moved in dreams and visions. I visited those whose hearts still longed for light, even in the darkest nights. When people assumed I had left them, I entered their sleep with holy reminders that I am always present, even when unseen. And when dreams weren't enough, I revealed myself through signs and wonders, through moments so impossible they could not be explained by human understanding. I was there in the fire that burned but did not consume, the bush that blazed with glory and yet remained untouched. I was in the parting of the sea, creating a path where none existed, showing that even the most unmovable obstacles must yield when I go before you. Each miracle wasn't just a show of power. It was my love in motion, a declaration that I have always been with you, always speaking, always moving. And even now, I am still making a way, even in the places that feel impossible. My voice has never been silent. It never has, and it never will. But the hearts of many are not always ready to receive what I speak. Humanity is busy, so busy chasing after the demands of life, tangled in anxieties, in ambitions, in the endless hunger for comfort and fleeting pleasures. They look for meaning in things that do not last, while I, the everlasting one, stand beside them in quiet faithfulness, waiting not with judgment, but with love. But the noise is loud, so loud, and their hearts become crowded with fear, crowded with striving, so full of the world's voice that they cannot hear my whisper when it calls. My beloved child, let's be honest. Hasn't this also been your journey at times? Haven't there been moments when you looked up in pain and thought I had gone silent? Times when you questioned if I had turned away, or if I no longer heard your prayers. But I never left. I've been there all along. You just couldn't hear me clearly. Not because I stopped speaking, but because your heart had grown heavy with worry and doubt. My voice didn't disappear. It was simply drowned out by the storm inside. I have been knocking, softly, persistently, on the door of your heart. And though I will never force my way in, I will always wait for your invitation. Because love, true love, must be freely given and freely received. I do not push. I do not demand. I wait, because I know what you need more than you know it yourself. I wait for you not because I need you, but because you need me. Only when you return to me truly, fully, will you experience the kind of peace this world cannot offer. Not the shallow peace of temporary relief, but the deep, soul-settling peace that remains, even when storms rage around you. I know what you're facing. I see the challenges that press in on you, the tears you shed in secret. I see you curled in the quiet darkness, wondering if you are truly strong enough to make it through. I know your doubts. I know the ache, but child, listen. Those very moments, The ones where you feel the weakest are the very moments where I am working most deeply. I am refining you like gold in the fire, not to harm you, but to purify you, to draw out the beauty, the courage, the strength I placed in you before the foundations of the world. So don't be afraid when you can't hear me. Don't let silence fool you into thinking I'm not near. That silence is not absence. It is invitation. A holy pause. A sacred space for you to rediscover the voice within, the one I gave you. Because strength does not only flow from above, it also rises from within. From the power I planted in your soul from the very beginning. You may not see me, but I am there, like your breath, quiet yet constant, like the rhythm of your heartbeat, unseen yet essential. Every move I make carries purpose. Every sign I send, no matter how small, is timed with care. They are not random. They are moments of awakening, divine interruptions meant to stir your soul, to make you stop in the midst of your rushing and ask, could this be God? And the answer, beloved, is yes. I send these signs not to confuse you, but to draw your eyes back to me. And as we keep walking, you'll begin to notice how I've been speaking all along. Do you remember the story of Samuel? That small boy, dedicated to me by his mother, serving in the temple under Eli's care. He was innocent, sincere, devoted, but still unfamiliar with my voice. One night, as he lay in quiet sleep, I called to him, "Samuel, Samuel." Yet he didn't know it was me. His heart was pure, but his ears had not yet been trained to recognize the sound of the divine. So, what did he do? He ran to Eli, again and again. 3 times I called. 3 times he mistook my voice for another's. And only on the 3rd time did Eli finally understand, guiding the boy to respond with those sacred words, "Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening." Even Samuel, who would one day become a great prophet of Israel, needed time to learn how to listen. I didn't shout. I didn't shake the temple walls or send thunder from the heavens. I simply called his name, softly, patiently, lovingly. I waited. I allowed space for recognition to grow, for the whisper to reach his soul in its own time. I knew that once he recognized my voice, his heart would be open, ready, receptive. And my beloved child, this is how I speak to you too. The signs I send are just like that gentle call in the night. They are not wrapped in spectacle. They are not loud or overwhelming. Because I know your soul needs preparation. I know that if I spoke too suddenly, too forcefully, it might startle you, or pass by unreceived. So I whisper first. I knock quietly. I plant moments that stir your heart, until you are still enough to turn toward me, until your spirit is ready to respond. Speak, Lord, I am listening. A sign is not just a message, it is me. My very presence woven into your reality. A sign is my hand gently resting on your life, reminding you that I have not left, that I am near, that I see you. Every time you notice something strange, something small but meaningful, a stirring in your spirit, a line in a conversation that pierces deeper than it should, that is me. That is the holy touching the everyday. That is the eternal reaching into your present moment to say, I'm with you. Think of Moses, tending sheep in the wilderness. Ordinary day, quiet hillside. But there it was, a bush burning, yet not consumed. And Moses stopped. He turned aside to look. That was the sign. Not just a spectacle, not just wonder. It was my way of drawing his attention. The miracle wasn't about impressing him. It was about preparing him. Because only when Moses turned aside, only when his heart paused long enough to notice the extraordinary in the middle of the ordinary, did I speak. Only then did I reveal the mission I had prepared for him all along, to deliver my people. And your life, my child, is much the same. Before I call you into something greater, before I guide you into change, I send signs. Not to startle, but to soften, to open your heart, to help you pause and perceive that something sacred is unfolding. Sometimes, a sign will come in a conversation that reaches into your spirit like a healing balm. Sometimes, it's a breeze that carries peace when your soul is restless. Other times, it's a dream you just can't shake, a message wrapped in mystery, yet filled with clarity you feel in your bones. And there is more I want to show you about these signs, about how to notice them, how to receive them, and how they're already shaping the road ahead. All of these gentle signs, each one is a reminder from me, planted with care, so that when your appointed moment arrives, you won't hesitate in doubt or shrink back in fear. Instead, you'll be ready to walk forward in faith. You may still ask, Lord, why not speak to me plainly? Why whisper when you could thunder? And I understand that longing. But listen, my child, I am not in a rush. I do not act out of impatience. I am the one who knows you better than you know yourself. Every beat of your heart, every hidden thought swirling beneath the surface of your mind. You see, preparation is part of my mercy. If I spoke too soon, if I revealed the full weight of truth before your soul was strong enough to carry it, it might feel overwhelming. You might miss the depth of what I'm saying. That is why I guide you, step by step, layer by layer, through subtle signs, through quiet nudges. These moments are not meant to confuse you, but to prepare you, so that as you follow them, you gradually become more aware of my presence, more attuned to my voice, more open to what I am leading you into. The signs I send are never random. They're not just meant to grab your attention once and disappear. They are my way of building something eternal between us, a deeper relationship, a holy intimacy. As you begin to notice these signs, as you respond to them with a heart that listens, you'll begin to realize that I've been with you the entire time, not just in the major milestones, but in the smallest moments, in the quiet morning light, in the song that speaks what your soul can't say, in the conversation you almost missed. I am not far off. I am not unreachable. I am not seated high in heaven watching from a distance. I am here. I walk with you in every step and in every breath. My beloved child, open your heart. Don't wait for grand miracles or burning bushes to believe that I'm at work. Sometimes, the smallest sign carries the loudest message. Sometimes, the closing of a door is not rejection, but redirection. Sometimes, when someone walks out of your life, it's not a loss, but my hand removing what was never meant to stay. Everything I allow, every shift, every pause, every sudden change, it all belongs to my intricate design, drawing you closer to the beautiful purpose I've written over your life. Trust me, when your heart is finally ready to listen, you will hear me more clearly. You will feel me more deeply, and the doubt that once clouded your soul will lift. You'll look back and see that every sign, every silence, every whisper was leading you to this moment, where you can now stand, firm in my love, secure in my grace. But still, I see how many have missed my signs. Not because I did not send them, but because they weren't paying attention. They saw, but didn't recognize. They heard, but didn't understand. Life moves so quickly. The noise is loud. Many hearts have become too consumed with busyness, too distracted by what they can see and touch, that my subtle, sacred reminders are brushed aside like background noise. My beloved child, do not let that be your story. There's still more I long for you to hear. Do not let your heart grow hard, my beloved. Do not let it grow cold or closed off to the signs I have been sending. When something stirs within you, a quiet tug, a sudden question, a wave of emotion that doesn't seem to have a cause, do not dismiss it. That stirring in your soul is not by accident. It is me. It is my voice, knocking gently on the door of your heart, whispering, I am here. I have not left you. Have you ever paused mid-thought because something you saw or heard made you stop and reflect? A sentence that echoed too deeply. A moment of stillness that seemed to stretch beyond time. Have you noticed patterns that feel too meaningful to be mere chance? These are not coincidences. These are the fingerprints of my hand, quietly arranging moments around you to draw you back into awareness of my presence. I am always at work, softly, patiently, faithfully, pulling you closer. But I will never force myself on you. I invite, I stir, I wait. You must choose to notice. You must choose to respond. When these moments arise, when your heart feels tender, when questions surface, when you feel the edge of mystery brushing against your thoughts, seek me. Don't run from the unknown. Don't dismiss what you don't yet understand. Ask me. I will answer. When it feels like life has closed its doors around you, knock. I will open another, one that leads to light, to clarity, to freedom. Do you remember what I said in the book of Matthew? Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and it will be open to you. This is not poetic language. It is truth, eternal, unchanging. But to receive, you must come with open hands. To find, you must first be willing to search. To walk through the door, you must dare to knock, with your whole heart, with faith that believes even before it sees. I speak in ways that require faith, not because I wish to make things hard for you, but because faith is the bridge between your world and mine. It is through faith that you grow. It is through seeking that your soul becomes strong enough to carry what I reveal. If I always spoke with crystal clarity in every moment, if I never gave you time to search, to listen, to wrestle, and wonder, then my words would become too easy to overlook. You might hear them, but not value them. You might receive, but not treasure. For what comes too quickly, too simply, is often taken for granted. No, child. I want your heart to seek, not because I hide in cruelty, but because the treasure is so precious, it must be discovered, not stumbled upon. Do you remember my people, the Israelites? As they wandered through the wilderness for 40 years, there's something in their story I want you to see. I guided my people, the Israelites, through the wilderness with visible signs of my presence, undeniable signs. By day, a pillar of cloud. By night, a pillar of fire. I gave them light when there was none. I gave them direction when they felt lost. I parted the Red Sea before their very eyes. I rained down manna from heaven to feed them in their hunger. Yet still, they grumbled. They doubted. They turned away from me when things didn't happen the way they hoped or expected. They saw the miracles, but they didn't truly see. They heard my voice, but they didn't truly listen. They experienced my hand, yet their hearts remained unsettled and ungrateful. My beloved child, I don't want this to be your story. I don't want you to be among those who look but never perceive, who hear but never understand. I long for you to recognize my voice the moment I call your name. I want you to feel my presence not only in the big moments, but also in the hidden ones, the ordinary, the quiet, the overlooked. I want you to walk with me in complete trust, because only when you trust, truly, deeply, consistently, will you begin to taste the fullness of my love and the peace that passes all understanding. And hear this, my child. For those who choose to wait on me, for those who don't brush aside the gentle stirrings of my presence, I will reveal myself more and more. They will not only see me in the miraculous, they will begin to recognize me in the small wonders, in the first soft light of morning, in the hush of leaves swaying in the forest, in the laugh of a child, in the kindness of a stranger, in the stillness between thoughts. They will feel me in every breath, in every heartbeat, in the pulse of life I've woven into them. My beloved, when you seek me, not with half your heart, but with all of it, I will open doors you never knew existed. I will lead you into places of understanding, of healing, of revelation, of love so deep and vast, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. You won't feel lost anymore. You won't feel abandoned, because you will know, not just believe, but know that I am with you in every step, in every silence, in every storm. Do you remember David? A simple shepherd boy, overlooked by men, but seen by me. I chose him not because he was the strongest or most impressive, but because his heart was hungry for me. He saw me in every battle, in every triumph, and even when he failed, he knew how to return to me. He sought me again and again. That's why I called him a man after my own heart, not because he was flawless, but because he never stopped turning his heart toward me. And you, my beloved child, you too, are called to live with that kind of heart. A heart that sees me on the mountaintop and in the valley. A heart that returns to me even when it's unsure, even when it's broken. A heart that pauses when something stirs and chooses to listen. And if you do that, then soon you will begin to understand the deeper purpose behind the stirring. That stirring you feel, that quiet moment when your soul pauses and wonders. It's me, whispering, reminding you that I am still here, still working, still guiding you step by step, even when the path is unclear. My beloved child, we are living in the final days. The hour is growing late. And because of this, the way I speak is shifting. It will no longer be just soft echoes on the breeze. My voice will rise, clear, unmistakable, like thunder cracking through the stillness of a cloudless sky. You will know it is me, and you will know that my plans are drawing near to their divine fulfillment. I am calling, not just you, but all my people, with greater urgency and clarity than ever before. I will no longer allow my messages to be ignored or drowned out. For the time is short, and what I have spoken will come to pass. My signs will not only be found in subtle whispers, but also in the heavens above and the earth below, and within the very hearts of those who are mine. Lift your eyes, child, for you will witness wonders no human has ever seen. The sun will grow dim, its light fading as if creation itself bows before my majesty. The moon will turn to blood, yes, as a solemn reminder of my justice and my truth preparing to break forth. The stars will fall from their places, not at random, but as symbols, signals, marks of the great transformation that is rippling through every layer of creation. And the earth will not be silent either. It will groan beneath the weight of what is coming. Earthquakes will shake foundations, not just of land, but of hearts and nations. The seas will rise in storms, waves crashing like a mighty cry, as nature itself proclaims, "The Lord is near." Trees will sway not only by the wind, but in response to my word. Every living creature, even the air you breathe, will bear witness, because all of creation is groaning, yearning, waiting for the day of restoration, for the moment when darkness flees and my glory renews all things. But listen closely, my child. Even as these signs unfold, loud, mighty, world-shaking, I have not forgotten the personal, the quiet, the intimate. Yes, I will still speak to you, heart to heart, face to face in spirit. In the middle of all that is shaking, my voice will still find you in stillness. And what I whisper next may be more personal than you've ever dared to imagine. My spirit will move like never before, not just in great gatherings, not only in crowded sanctuaries or mighty revivals, but in the quietest corners, in bedrooms lit only by a tear-stained pillow, in early mornings when no one else is awake, in your car, in your kitchen, in the still moments where your heart finally slows enough to listen. That's where I will speak. That's where I will pour out my presence. You won't need a stage to hear me. You only need to be still and willing. I will speak through dreams, vivid, unmistakable. I will give you visions that go beyond what your natural eyes could ever perceive. I will reveal truths that once seemed distant, opening your understanding like a doorway flung wide. Prophecies will begin to flow, not just from those who have titles or training, but from ordinary people, the ones who never thought their voice could carry my words. Those who walk closely with me, who hunger for my presence more than the world's approval, will hear me in ways they never imagined. I will give them wisdom that transcends age, clarity that doesn't come from books, but from revelation. The mysteries of my kingdom, once veiled, will become alive, vivid, undeniable. And I will not limit this outpouring. My spirit will fall on all flesh, regardless of age, title, background, or status. The young will not be overlooked. The old will not be left behind. My sons and daughters will prophesy, not from their own ability, but because my power will move through them like fire in their bones. Young hearts will see visions, eyes open to realms beyond this world. The elderly will dream dreams, not the fragile drifting of old age, but powerful revelations of the future I am unfolding. Do you remember what I said through the prophet Joel? I will pour out my spirit on all flesh. Your sons and daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions. This was never meant to be just a verse of history. It is a promise now coming to life. It is not only a word for the past, but a reality of the present, and yes, a trumpet for the future. I will not stop speaking. My voice will not be silenced, not by culture, not by chaos, not by fear. I will continue until my purposes are fulfilled on the earth. And my beloved child, I am calling you into a new season, a time when the line between the world and my kingdom will no longer be blurry. Light and darkness will become unmistakable, and those who are mine, those who carry my spirit, will be marked by signs that cannot be faked. You will see it. My presence upon them will shine like the noonday sun. Those who truly seek me with a sincere and undivided heart will never again have to wonder if I am near. They will know. And yes, I know. These signs, this shift, this new season, it may stir fear within you. For the unknown always feels uncertain. But listen to me. Do not let fear overshadow your faith. I am not showing you these things to terrify you, but to assure you that I am still in control. Even when the world shakes, even when systems collapse and everything feels unfamiliar, I remain the same. I am your anchor, your steady place, your fortress that no storm can breach. Do you remember Peter? That night on the dark sea when the wind roared and the waves tossed their little boat like a toy? I came to them, walking on the water, and they were afraid, thinking I was a ghost. But I said, "Do not be afraid, it is I." And Peter, bold, hopeful, full of trembling faith, stepped out of the boat. He walked toward me, but when his eyes shifted to the storm, he began to sink. He cried out, "Lord, save me!" And immediately, I reached out and took his hand. And my child, if you find yourself sinking, I'll do the same for you. My beloved child, your life. It is like Peter walking on the water. When your eyes are locked on me, when your focus is fixed on my presence and not on the chaos around you, you will walk on what others call impossible. You will do what defies logic, what defies fear, what defies the odds. But when your gaze drifts, when fear rises, and doubt clouds your heart, you will feel the pull, the sinking. And yet, even then, even in your faltering steps, I will not let you go under. I am there, always ready, always reaching. I will never let you fall completely. My hand will find yours, just as it did for Peter. You are my beloved, not just a face in the crowd, not a number in the multitudes. You are someone I know deeply, intimately. I see your every dream. I hold your every fear. I understand your longings, your hopes, your prayers whispered in the dark. And in these last days, as the world shifts and my plans unfold, my voice will not grow faint. It will grow stronger, clearer, yet still tender, still personal. I will not speak only to the world. I will speak to you. I always have. So, my child, when signs appear in the sky, when you sense the trembling of the world beneath your feet, do not be afraid. When you feel my spirit whisper in your heart, lean in. Open your heart wide to receive. For I am preparing you, yes, you, for something greater than you could ever imagine, something eternal, something holy. Let me lead you, even through trials, even through upheavals. My plan is not chaos. It is complete. It is good. It is set in motion with your name written into it. And in this sacred season, as the fulfillment of my word draws nearer than ever before, know this. I will not only speak through signs and stirrings. I will send my angels, just as I did in ancient days. Remember Gabriel? Sent to Mary with the most divine of messages, the promise of the Savior. And so too, now, in these final days, I will send my messengers again. They will walk among you. not just in moments of grandeur, but in the unnoticed details of daily life. Some will appear like ordinary people, a kind face, a word in passing, a feeling you can't explain. Your heart will know. You will sense the sacredness of that encounter. Others you will recognize instantly, for my glory will shine upon them. A light not born of this world, a presence that brings peace without words. Be watchful, be awake, stay open, for they will come at the precise moment I have appointed. Not too early, not too late, but right on time. Do you remember what is written in Scripture? Do not forget to show hospitality to strangers, for by doing so, some have entertained angels without knowing it. I remind you not to stir fear or suspicion, but to awaken wonder, to help you keep your heart open to my presence, in everyone, in everything. For sometimes, in the most ordinary moment, I do the most extraordinary work. And child, I will not stop there. I will continue to speak to you through my word, alive, unshakable, eternal. And what I have to show you in it next will change everything. My word, my child, is not just ink on paper. It is not simply a historical record or a collection of distant stories. My word is alive. It breathes. It speaks. It searches the deepest places within you. For my word is sharper than any double-edged sword, slicing through confusion and pretense. It penetrates to the very core, dividing soul and spirit, joints and marrow. It reveals the truth, not only about the world, but about your own heart, your intentions, your motives, your unspoken thoughts. Nothing is hidden from it. Do not neglect my scriptures. Do not treat them as background noise or optional reading. For every page holds more than wisdom. It holds my voice. When you open the Bible, you are not just reading about others. You are encountering me, directly, personally, powerfully. My living word has the power to transform you from the inside out, to renew your thinking, to heal what's been broken, to restore what's been lost, to awaken what's been asleep. The stories of Abraham, of Moses, of David, of the prophets, these are not relics of the past. They are living testimonies, reminders that I have always been faithful, that I have always guided those who trust me, through deserts, through battles, through betrayals, and into promises fulfilled. My word is not confined to a page. It still speaks, and so do I. Not only through angels or scripture, but through the circumstances of your daily life. I orchestrate every detail of your days with precision. You may not always see it. You may call them coincidences, a closed door here, an unexpected conversation there. But behind it all, I am moving, aligning, preparing. Even the interruptions have purpose. Even the delays are designed. You may not understand it in the moment, but I am threading together something bigger than you could imagine. Do you remember Joseph? Betrayed by his own brothers, sold into slavery, falsely accused, forgotten in prison. But none of it was wasted. Each injustice, each hardship, became a step forward in the path I had laid out for him. Until, at the right time, he stood in a position of power that would save many lives. What looked like failure was really foundation. What seemed like abandonment was my setup for redemption. So too in your life, beloved. When things don't go the way you hoped, when confusion clouds your vision, don't be so quick to assume I've stepped away. I am still there, working, weaving, guiding. Look for me not only in the miracles, but in the ordinary, the quiet, the unnoticed. In the very smallest details, there you will find me. But remember this also: I do not speak only through external signs or aligned circumstances. I speak from within, through the whisper that stirs your soul, through the prompting that nudges you gently, through the peace that settles over you for no explainable reason. That still, small voice you feel when everything else is loud, that is me. And if you lean in closer, if you still your heart just a little more, you will hear what I've been saying all along. My beloved child, my Holy Spirit dwells within you, not far above, not outside or distant, but within. And through the noise of the world, through the chaos and distractions that surround your mind, I am always whispering. My voice may be soft, like the breeze that brushes past your cheek on a quiet morning, but it carries the power to reach the deepest parts of your soul. Do you remember Elijah, my prophet? Worn out, afraid, hiding in a cave, convinced he was alone. He expected my presence to arrive with thunder, with fire, with wind that tore through the rocks. But I did not come through the noise. I did not shout. I waited. And then I came in the stillness. A gentle whisper, a voice so quiet yet so full of my power that Elijah knew it immediately. That's where he found me, in the softness, in the silence, in the moment where everything else was stripped away. I speak to you the same way, not only in the great events of life, but in the smallest moments of stillness. When you set aside every worry, every demand, every loud voice pulling on your heart, and simply listen, I am there. I will whisper reminders to your soul. I will breathe encouragement into your weariness. I will bring comfort that wraps around you like a warm blanket on a cold night. Not with noise, but with presence, with love, with nearness. And you will know it is me, because my peace will settle in your thoughts. My direction will stir gently in your spirit. My nearness will become the rhythm of your heartbeat. And as you open your heart more fully, my voice will become clearer, not just heard, but known. In these final days, I am speaking with urgency, but not only with urgency, with clarity and tenderness. I don't just want you to hear me. I want you to live in me, walk with me. Let my presence become the place your soul calls home. Open your heart. Let me guide you through every sign, through every verse, through every circumstance, and especially through every whisper I place inside you. Stay watchful, stay alert. For my messengers are already moving among you. Seek me in my word, alive and breathing. See me in your day-to-day life. And most of all, tune your heart to the gentle whisper, because it is filled with my love for you. I will not stop speaking, my child. Not until every purpose I have spoken over your life comes to pass. I will keep calling, keep guiding, keep reaching. Because I love you with a love that will never fade, never tire, never give up. And now, I invite you, draw closer to me, not just in moments of crisis, not just with borrowed words, but in the sacred rhythm of communion, in a journey of prayer that is not about performance, but about connection. Let prayer become the breath of your spirit, the heartbeat of your life. Talk to me, walk with me, wait on me. Because as you do, you'll begin to see, I am not only the one who listens, I am the one who answers. I am the one who moves on your behalf. I am the one who restores, revives, and renews your life every single day. And I always will, until the very end, because you are mine. and I love you. So now, my beloved child, come. Come into my presence. Do not wait another moment. Do not let hesitation hold you back. This is your time. This is your invitation. Open your heart wide. Bring me your joys, your sorrows, your hopes, your regrets, your dreams, and even your fears. Lay them at my feet. I am here. I am listening. I have always been near, and I am ready to respond. Step into this sacred moment with faith. Trust me. Let go of every burden you've tried to carry alone. Because when you enter into my presence with your whole heart, you will taste a peace this world cannot offer. You will experience a love that is unshakable, immeasurable, and everlasting. Now, lift up this prayer, not just with words, but with your soul. Heavenly Father, you are the King of Kings. You are holy. You are mighty. Today I come before your throne not with pride, but with a heart full of humility and awe. I bow low, acknowledging your complete authority over my life. I confess that nothing happens outside of your divine permission, and everything is woven into the good plan you designed for me before time began. Lord, I thank you. I thank you for speaking to me, especially in moments when I feel lost and alone. You are my light in darkness, my compass when I cannot see the road. Your word, so alive and true, is the anchor that holds me steady when my soul trembles. You do not abandon me in the storm. You walk through it beside me, whispering into my spirit that I am loved and never forsaken. I thank you for your mercy, so vast, so undeserved, so constant. You do not treat me according to my failures, but according to your great compassion. You see me, not through the lens of my mistakes, but through the lens of redemption and love. In your mercy, I find rest. In your mercy, I am made whole again every single day. Lord, please open the ears of my spirit. Tune them to your voice. The world around me is loud, chaotic, and full of distraction. But in the middle of it all, let me hear you. Let me recognize the whisper of your spirit, the voice that brings peace when I am anxious, hope when I am discouraged, and life when I feel weary. Speak to me, Father, not just in grand moments, but in the gentle, everyday spaces of my life. Let this prayer not just rise from my lips, but be written into the rhythm of my life. May it be the doorway into deeper intimacy with you. And as I continue to seek you, may I never forget, you are the one who listens, the one who speaks, the one who saves, the one who renews me day by day, moment by moment, until I become all you have created me to be. Lord, help me to recognize the moments when you are speaking, whether in a whisper or in a wonder, and do not let me miss even the smallest thing you wish to reveal. I do not want to overlook what you are doing simply because I'm too distracted or afraid. Open my spirit, Lord. Make me attentive. Let me lean in with expectation, with trust, with awe. Please open the eyes of my heart so I may see your hand at work in every detail of my life. In seasons of challenge, in moments of delay, in things that don't make sense. Help me look beyond the surface and see the beautiful, redemptive plan you are unfolding. Let me recognize the signs, notice the miracles, and follow your guidance each day, even when it comes softly, gently, humbly. Let me never doubt your presence, not for a moment. Holy Spirit, I welcome you. Guide me in all truth. You are not only my comforter but my teacher, my steady voice in the chaos. open my understanding. Let your wisdom illuminate every word I read, every decision I face, every step I take. Help me apply your truth to every area of my life, not just in what I believe, but in how I live, how I love, how I forgive. When confusion clouds my mind and choices seem unclear, speak. Whisper into the fog and lead me forward. Show me what pleases the heart of the Father. May I not lean on my own understanding, but follow your voice with peace. And Spirit of God, give me discernment. Help me see clearly what is from you and what is merely distraction. Separate truth from temptation, light from compromise. And when I feel weak, when I grow weary in the waiting or heavy with fear, uphold me, be my strength. When I stand at the crossroads, show me the way that leads to life, life everlasting, life with you. Lord, I don't want to only hear your voice. I want to respond to it. I want to walk in complete trust, not halfway obedience. Transform my heart. Shape me into someone who doesn't just seek you occasionally, but who yearns for you daily. May my life become a reflection of your love, your truth, and your light to a world that so desperately needs it. I lift all of this to you now, with reverence, with hope, in the holy and precious name of Jesus Christ, my Redeemer, my Shepherd, my Guide. Amen.